3DO.
Master Iron Fist, Lieutenant Kalik and Sergeant Piridak reporting.
Proceed.
While dutifully patrolling the beach at Brighton Point as ordered, we detected a large raiding party of 40 elves invading our territory. When the time was right, we attacked.
Oh, how brave.
The enemy fell back before the fury of our attack. We accepted our duty to defend our fair land. We killed at least half a dozen of them before they knew what was happening. The rest ran like pigs from an axe. We gave chase, and I saw with my... What is so amusing, Master?
Nothing. Continue.
Of course. As I was saying, we were chasing the goblins, shooting them in the backs because they would not stand and fight honorably.
Regrettable, but necessary.
Yes, Your Majesty. We had slain nearly all of the goblins when we saw the sea monsters approaching. At first, we thought they had come to help the goblins, but it soon became clear their arrival had nothing to do with the fight on the beach. We ran for cover in the rocks. Each was carrying a bag around his waist, and each was wearing a curious amulet that looked like a small black box.
What? Wait a minute. Go back.
You mean the part where I personally slew 2 elves with a single arrow?
No. After that lie. Tell me about the boxes.
They were about 1.5 inches on the side and made of smooth black metal. We couldn't get a closer look.
Those boxes sound like something out of legend. What happened next?
The sea people began to quarrel, when one group turned abruptly and started walking away down the beach. The remaining started walking the other way. In the morning, we found that one of them had shed its skin on the beach. Their tracks had washed away in the tide, so we decided to return to base and report.
Thank you for your report, Lieutenant Kalik. I am pleased to hear something interesting for once. You are promoted to captain. Assemble a search party at once and find those sea people. If you succeed, you can keep the promotion, as well as your life. Oh, and Kalik, one more thing.
Good luck.
Hey y'all, it's CherokeeStarfish, and welcome back to another new game here on the channel. This time, we're going to be playing Might and Magic 7 for Blood and Honor. I hope y'all are excited because I am. Might and Magic 6, of course, the first game that I played on the channel was a blast. I really enjoyed it. It's one of my favorites, and sharing it with an audience, you know, and having people participating alongside is something that I'd never done before and made it completely new for me all over again. So I'm looking forward to doing the same thing with Might and Magic 7, which honestly I actually like probably better and have played more times than 6. Yeah, the Blood and Honor, actually, that kind of comes up later. There will be a point during the game where we'll kind of get to choose, so please look forward to that. Yeah, this game was the runner-up in our poll to decide what I should play next on the channel, so I'm just going to go ahead and get started. You all know the drill if you were here for Might and Magic 6. We've got to start by making a party of adventurers. And here we go. So, just like in Might and Magic 6, we're going to get 4 characters. You can see they're a little less realistic. These are 3D rendered faces this time, rather than actual people who have been kind of rotoscoped or scanned into the computer. And this time we have a little more option because we have 9 classes to choose from, but we also get to choose from 4 different races: goblin, human, dwarf, and elf, instead of everyone are humans. And then we can name them, we can pick their class, we can choose a portrait for them, and we can also choose what they sound like. So a little bit more customization. All right. Well, so let's go ahead and dig straight into this. Yeah, Zoltan right off the bat. Apparently that was a really popular name. Roderick, too. Serena and Alexis. See, you'll notice all 4 of these names, those are the names of the default party that they give you in Might and Magic 6. So, there we go. Little nostalgia for you. Alright, well, so shall our first character be...
Pick me.
There you go.
I'm the one you want. Pick me.
So you can change the voices independently of the portraits. Tell me if I need to adjust the sound, because of course in previous games it's been a little quieter or a little louder than some of us would like, so...
You want to ride high? Ride with me. Tally-ho!
Quite a bit of customization. So I kind of like to try and balance things out. I like to have like one of each race and a couple of each of the available genders. So how about we'll start with a human.
I'm your man.
So here are the male human portraits.
Pick me.
Choose me. Please, pick me.
Pick me.
And then now we're into
What could go wrong?
the female human portraits.
Pick me for your party.
Choose me.
Come on, pick me.
And then into elves. So we've got 4 of each for male and female.
Choose me.
I like her.
Choose me. Pick me.
Big fan of that one. Often use her.
Pick me.
I am the one you need.
I'm your man. Pick me. I'm your man.
What do you think? Should we start with... Yo, what could go wrong? Famous last words, right? Well, famous first words in this case. Well, yeah, same. Like, there's so much that could go wrong. When you say what could go wrong, like you're inviting disaster.
Pick me.
Choose I.
Pick
Oh yeah,
me.
number
Choose
4
me.
over
Choose
here.
me.
Yeah, I like her. And again, we can change the voice to match too, so...
Oh, come on. Pick me. Please. Please, choose me.
I like that one, the kind of the serene voice.
Don't leave home without me. Pick me. I'll be helpful. Pick me. Choose me.
You can tell that a few of these were kind of earmarked for specific races, like the raspy one is probably intended to be a female goblin voice, but of course you can put any of them on anybody.
Don't get me killed.
Practical.
What could go wrong? Pick me for your party.
Pick me.
There we go. I think we've cycled all the way through. So shall we go with what could go wrong?
Pick me for your party. What could go wrong?
Let's see. What should we name our first character here? She seems fairly confident. You all can start throwing out names. I have conditions. Indeed. Alright, we'll stick with that one then. You all start tossing out names, and I'm going to start going over the classes, of course. For those of you who were not here for Might and Magic 6, each of the 9 classes has certain skills that they can learn and certain skills that they can't learn. This is a little bit different from Might and Magic 6 in that in 6, if a class could learn a skill at all, then they could master it completely. This one is different. Here, each class has certain skills that they might only be able to get to expert, master, or grandmaster, depending on their class. Simone. I like Simone, if there are no objections to that. So, like, for example, a knight can get grandmaster, plate armor, for example. But they wouldn't be able to get grandmaster perception. They might only be able to get up to expert in that. So they diversified a little bit. Alright, we'll come back to Simone and decide what class she's going to be here in a moment. So, what do you think for our next character? Should we do a dwarf, an elf, or a goblin? Let's make this one a dude to narrow it down. We'll go like, feminine, masculine, feminine, masculine.
Don't get what could go.
Let's
Come
see.
on, pick me.
Here are the male elves.
Pick me. Oh, come on. Pick me.
Female elves.
Please. Take me.
How about me?
Here are male dwarves. You'll see for humans they have the most, and then for everybody else I think they have 2 of each.
I won't let you down.
Don't leave home without me. Pick me.
Pick me.
Choose me.
Pick me.
There we go.
I'm
We
the
cycle
one you
back
want.
around. So what do you think? Shall we do a dwarf for our second party member? We can go human dwarf, elf, and goblin, maybe.
Choose me.
This one?
How about me? I can do it.
Or that one? Because I remember Star Trek Voyager Tuvok. Wait, wasn't Tuvok the Vulcan?
You need a strong warrior like myself.
This one. I don't know. I hear the resemblance, maybe. Well, shall we go with him then? He'll be our goblin dude. Alright. Are we happy with that voice? That's the kind of...
Pick me.
Choose me.
That is a deep and commanding voice. Yeah, he does have the expression, doesn't he? Tuvok kind of sounds like a goblin name. What do y'all think? Tuvok the Goblin? I'm happy with that. I think we could bring Tuvok the Goblin along on this adventure. Alright, well, so shall we go with a dwarf or an elf? They're already they're picked for us here. We could go with a dwarven lass and an elven dude, or we could have an elven feminine character and a masculine dwarf over here. I'll let y'all pick. We'll make this one the feminine, this one the masculine. So shall we have dwarf here or dwarf here? And in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and click off these skills. They should change automatically, I think, by the time that, like when we actually pick their classes, but still. As you can see, like when we swap them around, their stats are resetting too, because these are just the pre-builts. Okay, so this is gonna be the human's girlfriend. Let's see.
Pick me.
Choose me.
You have to choose me.
You want to ride?
Don't what could pick me.
Choose. Pick me.
Pick me.
I really don't care for either of the male elves.
Come on, pick me.
Hey, right here, Chief. I want in.
I love that one.
Please choose me. I want
I'm kind of a
in.
fan of the redhead here. What do you think? Not necessarily the voice. I'll leave that up to y'all. But between the two portraits, I think this is the one that I usually use. And then this can be our dwarf.
Please.
Come on, pick me.
I won't let you down.
Alright. How do we feel about the voice? She does. Yeah, she has amazing eyebrows. She could fly away on those wingtips.
Please choose me. I want in.
Alright. Yeah, I like that one too. What should we call our aggressive elf girlfriend here? Do we want to go like really elfy? Or do we just want something that's like fantasy but easy to pronounce? Y'all start throwing out ideas for our elf here. And then which of these dwarven dudes do we want?
How about me?
Right here.
Susan Roman? Susan Roman. Let's see. How about something like that? That's kind of elfy. Right. This will be our tribute to Sailor Jupiter. How's that? This is our homage. to the inspiring force.
How about me? I can do it.
There we go. We can do this a little bit better.
Right here.
That's the one you don't like. We'll pick a different one.
How about me?
That one's not bad.
Hey, right here, Chief.
Definitely, I don't want to listen to that the whole game.
Come on, pick me.
Pick me.
Come on, pick me.
How about that one?
Pick me.
Or that one? Better 1 or 2?
How about me?
Zoltan the Dwarf? Well, you know, Zoltan, I guess, kind of sounds dwarfy. Oh, you do want to...
Hey, right here, Chief.
That does not go with that portrait at all.
Come on, pick me. Come on, pick me.
Which one of these two? Do we want to go with the gray-bearded guy or this fellow here? Let's settle that first. You know, I don't know that I've ever actually used this portrait for a dwarf male character. I think I always use the gray-bearded one. Okay, we'll go with him then. You like that voice?
Hey, right here.
How about me?
This one here.
Right here.
How about me?
How about me? Let's see. And our token Zoltan. There we go. Alright, well... Okay. Then let's decide what each of them's gonna be. So, yeah, Zoltan III. So, those of you who are here for Might and Magic 6, you know, Knights, all combat, no magic. So, powerful armor, difficult to kill, they hit really hard, weapon masters, but they're not spellcasters. They literally don't even get MP or SP in this game. Paladins. Paladins are the hybrid class between Knight and Cleric. So, of course, they're going to get some divine magic, but they are still heavily armored, and they're going to use swords and shields and so forth like a knight would. They're your second best fighters. Rangers, they are kind of the hybrid class between archer and druid. So, they get some nature magic. They're excellent with bows and stuff like that, and also with axes. Very perceptive, so they're great treasure hunters. Clerics, they are what they say on the tin. Those are your divine magic specialists. So they can learn, you know, light magic, spirit magic, body, mind. Mediocre fighters, better than average. They don't suck. Druids, the worst fighters in the game except for maybe sorcerers. They wear only leather armor, I think, but they might be able to use shields. And they can learn all of the different magics except for light and dark. So, sorcerers, the most powerful arcane magic users. They can only use staves and daggers. Not great combatants at all, but the most powerful spellcasters in the game. Archers can use some arcane magic. Okay, so obviously they are bow specialists, which is really handy starting out when you're short on ranged attacks. So that's great because the bow skill is expensive and you can't grab it right away, just like in Might and Magic 6. That's something we'll have to pick up. Monks. Monks are new, as are thieves and rangers in this game. Those are the 3 new classes that they've added. Monks fight unarmored, and they fight with their fists and their feet. They don't really use weapons very much, although there are some skills that they can master later on in the game where they are able to combine their dodging ability with leather armor and their unarmed attacks with the staff, which is really great for late game. But otherwise, they're cheap to maintain at the beginning, kind of like black belts in Final Fantasy I. Thieves. Thieves, very sneaky, very perceptive. Middling combatants, they can learn a little bit of arcane magic later on, and they are great at spotting, like, traps, dodging them, spotting secret doors, and that kind of thing. So, what shall Simone, our, not necessarily our leader, but our character number 1 be? Shall we make her a caster of some kind, or is she going to be one of our warriors? I have my own ideas, of course, but I want to throw it out to y'all first, before I color the water. Let's get a monk. Alright, yeah. She seems like a good monk to me. And I don't use monk enough. I have taken one all the way through the game in previous playthroughs, but only like one time. Alright. Monk it is. And of course you see she starts with dodging and unarmed, so that's her armor skill, quote unquote, and this is her combat skill. We'll come back to these in a moment. Alright, what about Tuvok down here? What's he gonna be? He could be our big hefty fighter. We could make him into a ranger, perhaps? Or we could buck the trend. After all, there are a lot of negative stereotypes about fantasy races like orcs and goblins. We could make him into a cleric, for example. We could make him into our paladin. He could be anything that we want. Just like in Might and Magic 6, some races it's harder to increase certain stats. So like you can see, goblins are probably the worst spellcasters. Let's see. We can do a goblin sorcerer. Now, as you can see here, intellect is really important for sorcerers, but that is just their initial stats. They'll get better later on. We can do a goblin sorcerer then. Okay. Suroma. What shall she be? Simone's girlfriend here. Is she going to be our cleric, perhaps? Or another combat class? She could be a ranger, maybe. Monk is heavy combat. They learn some divine magic. Sorcerer is all magic. So we need probably a strong divine caster, and then we need someone who can hit really hard. Or we need like a sneaky character. The monk can take the front line. That would be interesting. So shall she be a divine caster, maybe a cleric? Or maybe we can make her a ranger, and the dwarf can be the cleric. Zoltan the cleric. Elven rangers, of course, are like, I wouldn't call them the default, but that's the expected combination or an expected combination. Rangering is what elves do, isn't it? Alright, cleric and a dwarf ranger. I don't think I've ever had a dwarf ranger in this game. I don't believe I've ever used that combination. So see, look at this. We're already doing new stuff. This is what I love about playing with y'all, is because it makes the game fresh every time. Alright, so before we distribute our points and get started, then let's go through these skills real quick, and you will see exactly what it is that monks are able to start with. So we can choose from any two of the listed skills here. And as I said before, staff and leather are things we can put points in, and later on they will be big bonuses. But we have to get dodging and unarmed to a certain level before they become useful, which sounds counterintuitive, but it's like the capstone for these skills is that they start to combo with these two, but we can go ahead and start leveling them up early. Yes, leather, the strongest of weapons. And then, of course, there's also bodybuilding for additional hit points, which monks can get to Grandmaster in, the best level. She's not going to have any armor starting out, really, unless we put that leather on her, so extra hit points is probably good. Arms Master. You can actually right-click on these skills in this one, whereas you couldn't really do that in Might and Magic 6. You'll see here, like Arms Master reduces the recovery times of melee weapons. Later on, it gives you a bonus to hit and even to damage. So Arms Master is a great skill for monks because the unarmed skill at the beginning doesn't really do a whole lot of damage until you get it to Expert. The normal level of the skill makes you more accurate, and then Expert and Master actually grant you damage bonuses. And here's what we can see. This is what I was talking about with like dodging. The Grandmaster perk of the dodging skill is that it stacks with leather armor. The there we go. The Grandmaster ability of the staff is that it stacks with unarmed. So there we go. And this is where you can see like not every class is able to reach the peak of the skill in all of them. So no Grandmaster Arms Master for monks, but they can still get to Master, which is great. It's worth putting it in there. So what shall we do? Shall we go ahead and give her staff and leather in order to start working on those and ranking them up from an early point? Or shall we perhaps give her bodybuilding or arms master or some combination of those? These other skills, see, she's not really going to be good at them. Like identify monster, that's something we're probably going to give the ranger. Perception, spear, these kinds of things, that's not what she's going to be doing. So what do you think? You all choose some combination probably of staff, leather, bodybuilding, and arms master. And I'm going to go ahead and start distributing some points in here. My rule is that first we're going to try and bring everything up to at least 10 so nobody is hurting too badly in any one area. And you'll see how some of these, see, they take 2 points per rank because of someone's race. Like accuracy and speed, harder to increase for dwarves. Endurance and might go up very quickly. 9 points left. There we go. I think that'll about do it. Alright, let's get these skills on them. I'm kind of leaning towards staff and leather just because bodybuilding and arms master are going to be available fairly early on, and they are cheaper skills. So that means that if we take staff and leather armor, we will spend less to acquire bodybuilding and arms master, versus this would be like 2,000 and this is like 1,000. How does that sound? Alright. Now for Tuvok, our goblin sorcerer, he starts with staff, of course, and he starts with fire magic. Let's see. He probably needs leather armor because that's the only kind of armor that a sorcerer can wear anyway. And you'll see here they're still not even great at that, but at least they can get to expert level, which will eliminate the recovery penalty for his spellcasting. Now, we could follow along here and take another magic skill like water. That'll give us a bonus spell, and of course it will also be cheaper to acquire other skills. But you can see here, like, eventually Tuvok is going to be the one we want to get identify item, because the sorcerer can get Grand Master. And also, this is a new skill that was added in Might and Magic 7, Alchemy. No one can get Grandmaster Alchemy except for a druid. That means that certain things are going to be unavailable to us through that skill, but Tuvok is probably the one who's going to be able to get the most. Like, he can get Master. I don't think anyone else in the party can actually... Yeah, he can't even choose it. So he'll eventually get Alchemy as well. You remember how we could mix herbs to make potions in Might and Magic 6? You have to have Alchemy to do that now. Basic Alchemy allows you to actually even attempt it. If you don't have the Alchemy skill at all, it will blow up in your face every time. Expert allows you to mix complex potions and stuff in order to make compound potions. Master level allows you to make white potions. You have to have Grandmaster to make black potions, which are the really powerful ones that do things like rejuvenate magical aging, or give you a permanent bonus to a skill and a small penalty to another one. So, but those are inexpensive skills to acquire, so I'm thinking maybe water, earth, or air magic, perhaps? How does one of those sound? Y'all remember how important water and air magic both were in the previous game. Earth magic, of course, still very good, but the least important out of the four, I think. I would go with water and air if they didn't already stick us with fire magic. And we could take both of those, but he's got to have that leather armor. He's not going to live very long. So, what do y'all think? I'm leaning towards water magic myself. We got to get that Lloyd's Beacon, that town portal, you know. We're going to start dumping points in that pretty soon, pretty early on. All of the magic skills have been expanded in Might and Magic 7, though. Alright, water magic it is. There are more spells in this one, and of course, as you can see, they've added that Grand Master 4th level of skill for all of the different skills, so spells are going to have different effects. Alright, Suroma. She starts with mace and body magic. Now, this is another weird kind of spot. You remember from Might Magic 6 how some of our characters didn't get an armor skill to start? That's because, see, she can only get expert leather. Chain, for some reason, is not available to learn. Maybe because she's a casting class. But, hello! Welcome. But, you see, leather is not nearly as good as chain, and she can actually get a higher rank in chain armor than she can in leather armor, so we're probably going to skip that altogether and wait and buy her chain armor. On the other hand, she can get up to master in shield, which is great. And that will also increase her survivability. If a mace is going to be her main weapon, then she can use a shield in her offhand, and that will keep her alive until we can pick up the chain armor skill. So let's pick one more for her. The merchant skill, y'all remember, clerics are the only ones for some reason who can get Grandmaster in the merchant skill. That's the one that allows us to buy cheaper and sell higher. Meditation, of course, increases your spell points. Repair item. Our cleric probably is also going to be the one who gets this. I can't remember who can get Grandmaster in repair, and it might be knights and paladins, maybe? Don't quote me on that. But for now, our cleric will be the one who will eventually get repair in this group. We could also give her mind or spirit magic. I'm kind of leaning towards merchant just because, you know, the earlier you have that skill and start dumping points into it, the more value you get out of it throughout the game. What do y'all think? Shall we get greedy? Honestly, any of these is a good choice except for leather, realistically. I hesitate to put learning on her, but that's... I mean, learning is a great skill. That's the one that increases your experience gain. But, I've just... I don't know. I have a thing about keeping them all at the same level. If one person has learning and the rest of them don't, then they jump way ahead because that's like a 40% bonus on XP. There we go. Well, we've got to do what Wario taught us. Wah. Alright, that just leaves Zoltan, our Dwarven Ranger, and appropriately, Rangers start with the Axe skill, and also with Perception. That makes sense. They're probably good at spotting like hidden stonework and traps, that kind of thing. Now, they can only get Master in Perception. Thieves are the ones who get Grandmaster, but that's okay. Let's see. Oh, he can start with Bow. That's probably a really good idea, because that gives us a ranged attack, and nobody else is going to have a non-magical ranged attack at the beginning. Only archers, predictably, can get Grandmaster in Bow, but rangers at least can get Master, which is good. Once again, we may wind up skipping an armor skill because he can get Master in leather, but I believe that he can also get Master or Grandmaster in chain, one of the two. And either way, if you have to choose between the same level of skill in leather or chain, then like I'm going to pick chain every time. So let's see. Somebody's going to have to disarm some traps. We don't have a thief, y'all. If he's going to be a ranger and not a thief, he may have to take disarm trap. Ooh, he's never going to be great at it. But if we sink a lot of points into it, then, you know, we'll live. Maybe we should do that. He'll also eventually want to pick up the Identify Monster skill, but that's cheap to buy, so we'll get that later. Yeah, he's, we'll say that he's probably at least pen pals with Montmick. Which means that it's appropriate that he can only ever get Expert Disarm Trap, because Montmick, you know, honestly, actually, that's mean to Montmick. You know, I don't know if monks can get Disarm Trap. I think that they can, but I think they can only get Expert, maybe. But Montmick, at least in Icewind Dale, you know, he had no problem disarming traps ever. It was spotting them. So actually, this is reverse Montmick, because he can get much better perception than he can disarm trap. Montmick tried. I won't speak ill of him. And any mistakes that Montmick made were my fault. So, yeah, I guess that's going to be important. We should... We should probably take Disarm Trap just because at the beginning of the game it won't matter because, I mean, normal and expert are going to do the same thing regardless of who they're on. It's late game traps that we're going to be screwed on, so... Oof. Yeah, we can't take Disarm now, but we can check and see if she can buy it. It would be wild if he could get expert and then she could get master or something. Alright, well, so here we go then. Take a last look at our party, and if you have any other ideas, any questions, any suggestions before we head out and begin our new journey, now is the time. Simone, the human monk, Tuvok, the goblin sorcerer, Suroma, the elven cleric, and Zoltan III, in parentheses, the dwarven ranger. And with their various skills down here, this looks like a pretty solid party, y'all. I think this'll do. I'm looking quite forward to this. I'm excited. Are you excited? I'm hype. Alright. Well, here we go then. I'm gonna, as always, try and wait for that like 7 or 8 second delay just so I don't cut somebody off if you've got something important to say. But otherwise, we're pretty much good to go. Zoltan. You know, I don't know. Maybe that is where the name comes from. I'll have to look that up. I'm actually not sure of the origins of the name, but that sounds like reasonable, if nothing else, because it does sound like some sort of Middle Eastern or perhaps Arabic name. Oh, thank you for that. I love it when we all follow me. That means that you're having a good enough time to stick around, and that's all I care about. Alright, well, here we go, folks. So, going once, going twice. I hope you all are sold on this new party, because I am. Let's get into it. Might and Magic 7 for Blood and Honor. Here we go.
Hear ye, hear ye. The Emerald Island scavenger hunt is about to begin. The list of objects has been given to all contestants. As you know, the winners of the contest will be awarded title to Castle Harmony and the surrounding lands. Be careful. Emerald Island can be dangerous. Last night, 3 contestants disappeared, and we are concerned for their safety. During the contest, please be on the lookout for our missing contestants. If you find a piece of equipment in the woods, return at once with the clue. It may save their lives. There have been rumors that some kind of monster is loose on the island and may be hiding in one of the caves. If you see a cave you are unfamiliar with, don't go into it. Send someone back to town and the guards will conduct a search for you. We don't want anyone else to get hurt. And one more thing. We have... Sorry. We have reports that the monster may be a dragon. If you see it, run for your lives.
And there we go, your introduction to Might and Magic 7. You'll get used to that sound, of course, those of you who haven't played along before. So there we go. That is our story to begin Might and Magic 7. We are contestants in a scavenger hunt here on Emerald Isle. If we win, we will become the Lords of Harmondale, and we get our own castle, which, y'all, we can upgrade, and we can actually go in there and, like, keep stuff in our treasury and that kind of thing. It's really cool. There's a certain level of base building in this game, which is great. Yeah, different games have different levels of, like, sound and stuff like that. Let's see here. Here we go.
Thank you very much.
There we go. You can tell me how that sounds as we go along. If I need to adjust some more, I can certainly do that. So I want you to be able to hear me over top of the game, but I don't want to shout at you. Now, the first thing that you may notice is that this is not the same setup that we had in Might and Magic 6. This UI is very different. That is because, once again, I am using the Greyface fan patch to affect the game, which has some balancing tweaks in it, and it fixes some textures. There's a little bit of upscaling, fixes a few minor glitches here and there throughout the game, and also it has a flexible UI. So this way, I decided to go with this rather than the slightly more cramped version of the UI, where like the top left corner is the screen and all of this is like a big chunky interface. Because even though that is more true to the series, you know that I'm all about kind of bridging that gap between these retro games and the new stuff. You know, I want to show that people are still playing these and people still care about them and are having fun with them all the way in 2020 or whatever year. And also, as you can see as we turn around here, this allows you to see a lot more of the environment all at one time. It feels a lot less cramped, it's a lot more open, so I debated about it and I'm going to go with the patch interface. This will get us started. We got 7 food, 200 gold, and we already have a companion. This is Margaret the Docent, and she will explain things about the tour and will give us a little bit of information as we go along through Emerald Isle. She won't be with us forever. You can see this right here is actually the classic interface. When we talk to someone, it pops back up into this. You'll see your characters down here, our food and money over here, and then our dialogue options here. So yes, welcome to Emerald Isle, says Margaret. I'll be your docent for your stay on the island, and it is my duty to see that you understand the rules of both the island and the contest. For the duration of your stay on Emerald Island, please refrain from gross violations of civilized behavior. That means that they will get really upset if you do things like kill peasants or set buildings on fire. Emerald Island is southeast of Arathia and far away from pirates and other ruffians. Docent is a word for like teacher or instructor. So her being a docent basically just means she's a tour guide. It would be ideal if not for the constant swarms of dragonflies that infest the island. Fortunately, the large number of armed and skilled people this contest has attracted should thin their numbers a bit. Lord Markham has supplemented the normally sparse village with a weapon, armor, and alchemist shop for your convenience during the contest. A temple and basic magical guilds are also available. I would suggest making sure that you are completely ready before you start off on the contest. She's a decent docent. She's all right. But yeah, there are a lot of rules to follow, right? You know, no slaughtering innocents, no burning down the town hall. And the rules of the contest are simple. The first person to return with the items is the winner. All you need to do is collect, I hope y'all are taking notes, a wealthy hat. And in this case, wealthy is a descriptor for some reason. So instead of like a high quality hat, it's a wealthy hat. So presumably this hat has like an investment portfolio of its own. A red potion, a longbow, a seashell, a musical instrument, and a floor tile from the Temple of the Moon, and bring them to the judge to win. So there we go. Now, I am actually, right here you can see this option. I'm going to turn the tour off. You have decided that you no longer desire my information about the places on Emerald Island. If you later decide that you'd like to hear what I have to say, then select Tour On. I just don't want her popping up as we go around and explore and constantly interrupting us, because otherwise she has something to say and basically gives you a tutorial on how to use all of the different buildings like the tavern, the inn, and so forth. So we know how those work, and if not, I'm going to be explaining it anyway, so I don't need Margaret to do my job. Alright, let's take a quick look at our characters. So, y'all know the stat screen, the skill screen, the inventory. This is what's important right away. Now, the unarmed skill, of course, only works with hands empty. Leather and dodging do not stack yet. So, we're going to have to make a decision, at least for right now. Is it better for her to have armor or not? At the moment, you can see that it is. So, same thing with the staff. Her damage right here is going to go from 1 to 2 barehanded to 1 to 7 with the staff. So we're going to let her hang on to that for the moment, and then as we start putting ranks in her skills, those numbers will change. Okay, +2 armor there. +3. Exactly. You don't need armor if you never get hit, but right now, like, she's only got 1 point of dodging, she's going to get hit. Oh, incidentally, gauntlets. There is an enchantment where you can get gauntlets that will actually add to your unarmed damage, which I like. Okay, the pearl ring. No enchantment, so we won't keep that. Leather for him. His staff. Again, a non-magical ring. This should be firebolt.
That'll be useful.
And poison spray.
That'll be useful.
Zoltan. We'll give him his crossbow. This incredibly crummy axe. Ooh, a brass ring.
Success!
There we go. You can make basic potions without alchemy, but if you attempt to do anything like mixing 2 different kinds of potions, like I said, if you don't have the skill, you can't even attempt it. It blows up every time.
A perfect mix.
So we're going to hang on to these potions for now. And of course, too, a red potion. This is one of the contest items, so we're already ahead of the game, y'all. And then finally, our cleric here. That should be heal.
This should be useful.
And hey, a brass ring of health. So let's see. Who has the fewest hit points? I'm going to guarantee that that is, yep, the sorcerer. So for now, we will give that to Tuvok. You can see his hit points go up over here. And we'll outgrow that pretty quickly, but for now. Okay, so let's go. You can see our auto map down here. Our spell indicators along the top in these corners, and there are our alertness jewels, which you may remember from Might and Magic 6 if you were here from that. Green means that everyone's in good condition and they can sense no harm, no danger or anything. Yellow, they can sense that there's a threat nearby. Red, of course, means that they're facing a threat directly. It's right in front of them. Gray means that they are not currently active. It's not their turn yet, since we're in turn-based mode. And I'm going to go ahead as well, and we're going to set Firebolt
When
as
can I use this?
Tuvok's quick spell, and we're going to set Heal as Suroma's quick spell. Alright. Grab some food from this campfire. Alright. And we may or may not pick up a decent NPC follower to take with us here somewhere along the way. We will see if anybody shows up that seems worth it, then we'll talk about it at the time. Find a Dominic the Tinker, Heather the Fool, Alyssa the Bard. Oh, she's actually important. She's like a quest NPC. We'll come back to that. And you can see, too, this is new. There are all of the stats of the monster that I'm right-clicking on. So, yeah, right? Like, that's a sweet dance that they do. The Identify Monster skill is new to this game, and of course it's going to, with different levels of skill, it's going to reveal more of those question marks. They're going to turn into various numbers and words that are going to inform us about how things are done with that monster. Fire resistance, whatever. Water resistance, immunity to poison. Where's the door on this place? Here we go. We'll put Simone in charge. Mia! Oh, and the very first person we meet other than Margaret. That is... You know what? I won't let anybody say an unkind word about you. You're beautiful, Mia. You do you. Yeah, dragonflies have infested Emerald Island. They can even occasionally shoot fire at you. There's supposed to be an actual dragon as well. See, in a cave. They say he spares our town so we pay him tribute, and in return he keeps pirates and undesirables out. Well, apparently we contest goers are undesirables because he's been killing us. Ooh. This will be handy. Plus 50 temporary fire resistance. Our notebook is going to flash there with our quest updates. This is all the stuff that we need to complete the quest. So here we go. This is the tavern.
Greetings to you.
Alyssa is the bard in charge of overseeing the entertainment on Emerald Island for the duration of the scavenger hunt. Are you contestants in Lord Markham's scavenger hunt? How neat! I'm here to provide entertainment to Lord Markham's entourage, the contestants, and to anyone else that would like to hear a song. I own a few instruments, but I only brought my loot with me. It's old and not quite as well kept as some of the others, but I didn't want one of my good instruments stolen by pirates or damaged from exposure to the humid, salty air, which is fair. Loot. Oh, you say you need an instrument for the scavenger hunt. Well, I suppose you could buy my loot, but I've had it for such a long time. I guess I'd part with it for 500 gold if you're interested. So, see, we can remember this. If we don't find an instrument somewhere else, then once we rack up a cool 500 big ones, we can come back over here, and we'll be able to grab that loot from her to satisfy the demands of the contest. Okay, the Knight's Blade. This is our weapon shop.
Need a new weapon?
He won't buy these rings. Let's see what he has. Just as you would expect, a bunch of crummy swords and maces and things like that. He does have a few upgrades from what we have, like this is better than just this regular mace that Suroma's got, but we can't even afford it right now, not even with the merchant skill. Now, shops, on the other hand, see, they will teach us things that we need to know that we do not know yet, for a fee, unfortunately. So we'll come back, and at some point we will grab the bow skill, hopefully before we leave Emerald Island. Let's see. This is going to be the armor shop.
See anything you want?
Once again, a few upgrades. We've got some helmets, some more leather armor, this shield, steel gauntlets. He's probably not going to have anything with like a really good enchantment on it. You're going to see stuff kind of like this, +3 air resistance. Or this one, see, +3 luck. And of course, any magic is better than no magic, if you're talking about the same item. We know this, but we're not going to spend like 552 gold that we don't have to get +2 body resistance. So we will come back. Oh, and of course this is also where we can learn leather shield, but notice he's not going to teach us chain, not yet. So we'll come back to that. All right. This, we're going to need to spend some of our money here, maybe not necessarily right away, but soon, because, see, 50 gold, we have to spend that to join the listed guild, otherwise we cannot shop there or learn skills. So, air and fire, and then one of these other houses here, yeah, is going to be body and spirit. Alright. This is going to restore our hit points. This is going to restore our spell points. And this little tent here is the temporary temple, so if we need healing, we can go there. There's also a fellow, this is the training gym where we can level up. There's also a fellow up here amongst the magic guilds. I think it's, yes, Mr. Malwick.
Greetings.
Look at that character portrait. Does he not look like a villain? Psst, come here, I have an offer for you. We have reason to believe that whoever is in charge of Harmondale in the next few months will have an unprecedented opportunity to shape the future. That is why I'm here today, to make sure the shape of the future is pleasing to my associates. I'm sure you understand. A proposal. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Mr. Malwick. I represent a group of, shall we say, investors in the future. I've been observing you since you arrived on this island, and I believe your values and goals have much in common with ours. I'm empowered to grant you a fireball wand to help you win the hunt today, in exchange for a favor in the future. What do you say? Yeah, well, just like you said a moment ago, you know, that Mia that we met in that first house, she turned him, like, you know, into a mouse, or part way, perhaps, or maybe turned a rat into him. What do y'all think? Should we accept a wand of fireball from this not suspicious at all individual in exchange for an unknown favor at an unknown future time? What do you think? It checks out. Now, this does come back later on in the game, so like if we were to take this wand, there will be consequences. I won't tell you what happens, but like he's telling you now, so that's not a spoiler. Or we can decline the wand, and of course without the addition of a free fireball spell, this will be a little bit harder, but I mean, until we talked to him, you weren't expecting to have a bunch of fireballs available anyway, right? So, it's up to y'all. I will let you decide whether we take Malwick up on his offer or not. Shall we accept the wand? Or shall we go on about our business and win the contest fairly? We'll put in a little bit of sweat and hard work. It won't be that bad, surely. In exchange for a favor in the future. I don't like it when people offer me favors and don't tell me what they're going to be. It's like, it's bad enough that it comes with strings attached, but I can't even see the strings or who's got the other end of them. Capitalism at its best. What's y'all's opinion? Okay. Take the wand. That's one vote for taking the wand. Anybody else? He's obviously a trustworthy character. Look at that face. How could you not trust Mr. Malwick's face? Alright. Going once. Going twice. As always, I'm waiting for that delay. I never know how long it takes when I'm on Twitch for like before I say something and y'all hear me, so I always give an extra couple of seconds. Alright, well, if nothing else, we can sell it for cash, and that's, you know, why not? Let's make a mistake. Excellent. Sometime in the future, I or a representative of my group will call on you to return the favor. I hope you won't disappoint us. Here's your fireball wand. We should not be seen talking again. The others might get suspicious. So there we go. An alicorn wand of fireball. Yeah, and you'll notice too, an alicorn wand is made from the hollowed out horn of a unicorn, capped with a spiked brass ball. Wands like these are born of cruelty and evil. The enchantment it holds is useful. The only real question is whether you believe your cause justifies the use of an item so wickedly created. It has 31 charges. Also, we can sell it for a mint. So we won't use it right away because the more charges that it has, the less we can sell it for. We may decide that we would rather sell it instead of using it. Oop. And here we go. Auto notes. Accepted the fireball wand from Mr. Malwick on Emerald Island. The game is going to keep track of this. So there we go. Actually, I'm going to turn on auto run, and that way I have to hit shift to slow down rather than shift to speed up. Ooh, +2 luck permanently. Let's grab some of that for everybody, right? Oops. We'll just cycle through. This is very much like that one back in New Sorpagal in Might and Magic 6, where it depends, like how many drinks you get, kind of depends on what your stats are. And then here we go. This is the Alchemist Shop.
With anything?
Now here we will be able to buy some potions, some scrolls, which are of course single-use versions of these spells, gemstones, potions, and occasionally a few items like this leather cloak, this helmet, this ring, gauntlets, accessories in general. We're going to go ahead and we're going to sell these non-magical rings that we don't need. That'll give us some cash to start with.
Thanks. Come again.
And needless to say, you can also learn like repair item, identify item, and the alchemy skill sometimes. Usually there's an actual... Yeah, here we go. It's a different sign. See, alchemists are a different shop here. So...
Hi, how are you?
you'll go here to learn alchemy and identify monster most of the time. And you can buy reagents, empty potion bottles, recipes, which are nice. They put this in the game. It tells you how to make a potion if you purchase it, and then also, of course, you can buy finished potions as well. Alright. Well, let's get started on our contest. We need to go speak with the judges, I think. One more well. Let's see. This one, there's something special about this well. If I remember correctly, I think if you have a high enough perception, you can find money in there, maybe? Or if you have under a certain amount of cash, something like that. I'll come back to that in a moment. Here we go. This is Markham's headquarters.
His Grace, Lord Markham, Duke of the Western Lowlands.
There we go. I am Lord Markham, the benefactor providing the castle that is the prize of this contest. Well, of this contest. There are a few text errors like that. If you win, you'll be in charge of one of the most scenic areas in all Erathia. Harmondale is just outside of the Tolarian forest, right on the edge of the elf-human border, and I'm sure you'll love the castle. It's a bit of a fixer-upper, but it's quite roomy and has excellent ventilation. It breaks my heart to part with this property, but I feel that the time has come for me to give something back to the people. Now, y'all may remember that Might and Magic 6 took place on the continent of Enroth, and King Roland Ironfist's wife was the princess of Erathia, right? Yeah, well, yeah, hold your breath. That's not all the story, of course. But anyway, so yeah, Might and Magic 7 and Might and Magic 6 actually take place at the same time. So we are on the other side of the world, across the sea, on another continent, and we are going to be involved in the events that are happening in the game of Heroes of Might and Magic 3, which likewise takes place concurrently with Heroes of Might and Magic 2, or shortly thereafter. Isn't this exciting? I really am grateful you've come to my little event. I hope you have fun, even if you don't win. I think it's great that everyone is competing in a spirit of good sportsmanship and camaraderie. Except for us, because we're cheaters. Oh, a quest. Keep in mind I have a 1,000 gold reward for the group to bring back information on the contestants that have disappeared. So, our first quest, other than just winning the contest, of course. And here's Thomas the Judge. This is the guy to whom we will deliver our prizes, or our scavenger hunt items. So, right here, rules of the hunt. He'll tell us right again, you know, what we have to bring back. And what do we have? What took you so long? Almost every group has turned in a red potion by now. This is the easiest item in the hunt to manage, but better late than never. I'll mark it off your list. So, there we go. We turned in that red potion that we mixed. And that gives us a little bit of experience. Check it out. So, we're on our way. Where shall we go from here? Well, let's see. There's only one road out of town, right? Shall we? Let's begin. Oh, what's that over there, you ask? A dragonfly. And you'll see these items, if you've played Heroes of Might and Magic 3, the turn-based strategy game, you will recognize these models. That is from the Swamp Castle, of course, the fortress. You will also probably recognize... Where is he? There we go. That swordsman from the Night Castle, right? Alright. Let's dig in, folks. There's nothing else to be done. We only have one ranged attack that isn't magic. Of course, we do have a firebolt. The particle effects, as you can see, have been scaled way up from Might and Magic 6. Also, this is a new feature of turn-based combat. The fingers will tick down as we take actions, and then when we have this closed fist, we will actually be able to do things like this. See? You can move without smashing the enter button and going in and out of turn-based. So there will be a lot less of that in this game than there was in the last one. Y'all won't have to endure that sound that means the turn-based switch is happening. Now we can skip that by, we can hit the pass button or the attack button to just skip over that phase if we don't need to move. There we go. There's still some more, apparently. Oh, there they are. You can also see here, too, there will be scorch marks. There will be blood splatters in this game because I've got those turned on. They're fairly cartoony, but if it bothers any of you, absolutely let me know, and of course I can turn off things like the blood spatters. But you can see that's what to expect. That's what it's going to look like.
That barely hurts.
Oop, here we go. Now we're in it. Whew. There's a swarm of them.
Got it.
They weren't joking about their, they need to have their numbers thin.
Ow!
Let's go ahead and shoot that one before it gets away.
That was too easy.
Ow!
Ow! Ow!
Oof.
Just a cut.
Ow!
But I need it fixed.
Oh, she's going to complain, isn't she?
Ow!
Ah, but a scratch.
I like Tuvok, though. And of course, we can pick up and loot these bodies, and for some reason, the dragonflies are carrying cash.
Ow!
Ooh. Yeah. A fire dragonfly. They will actually spit little firebolts at us.
Ow!
Now, if this gets too dangerous, of course, we can absolutely run back to town, and we can get it to where the guards are going to help us to kill these, in which case we won't get any XP for them, I should say. But also there is that fountain where we're able to heal and recover our SP. So if we feel like dragging a bunch of monsters into the center of town where they can attack innocents as well as us, we can do that.
Ow!
There we go, nice.
Just a cut, but I need it fixed.
Ah, but a scratch.
That barely hurts.
Now let's see. There's another one here. Oh, there it is. Let's see. Let's try her healing spell on Tuvok over here because we don't want anybody to get
Someone
too hurt.
help!
Oof, like that.
Help!
Ooh. This fire dragonfly means business. But that's alright, that's why Suroma's a cleric, right? Fire dragonflies have significantly more hit points and are harder to hurt, surprising no one. There we go. And now you can see right down there, even though our jewels are green, there are more along the way. So we're going to grab what we can without moving too much here. And then we're going to go ahead and run right back to town, and we're going to drink from those fountains before we do anything else. Okay. We've got... oh yeah, the new quest. Okay. Whoops. I guess that probably she could use some spell points as well, hey? There we go. We'll just top everyone off. Now, these fountains do have like a limited number of drinks per day. But that's alright because we have so few hit points that it'll take us a while to go through them. So that will really extend like what we can do and how far we can travel. I'm going to go ahead and we are going to make sure that this is saved. I don't want to lose our beautiful creations. Significantly more moolah on that big fire dragonfly there. Ooh, but also more fire dragonflies. Goodness gracious, they make such a noise. Alright, let's let a few of them approach. Just a few of them. A few of them, I said. There we go. Once they've noticed us, we'll let them work their way over here. Oh, hey, is that one that we wounded that... There we go. Okay, actually, we just didn't have its attention. That's alright, we got it now. Hey, there it goes. We'll find him and pick him up later.
Ow!
Okay, now we've got their attention. So we want them to kind of follow us over this way a little bit. Oh man, look at this. There's a lot of them. Well, shall we use our wand of fireball?
Bring on a bigger challenge.
There we go. That certainly does make it a lot easier, doesn't it? Man, look at that. We've already leveled up. Now we want to be careful with that and not overuse it. Because once again, of course, we may want to sell it, or we may just need it for other enemies.
Got it.
These little things in melee, they're not that bad, so...
Ow! Ah, but a scratch. Ow, but a scratch.
Ow!
We get it. We get it. It's just a scratch.
It's just a cut, but I need it fixed.
Ow!
It's just a cut, but I need it fixed.
Y'all have got to actually hit them.
Come on, can't you see I'm in distress here?
Okay. They asked for it.
That barely hurts.
Let's give them another fireball.
That was too easy.
Whew, that does thin the ranks a bit, doesn't it? Gracious. Let's put another one right there.
That was too easy.
That was too easy.
Huh, he agrees with Tuvok. Phew, see, but we've already gone through 3 charges. Gotta be careful. Pick up all of these cash-laden bodies. And since nobody knows air magic, we do not have the Wizard Eye spell yet, which means that y'all will have to help me keep a real eye out, a non-Wizard Eye, and make certain that we don't miss anything. We don't want to leave any bodies lying around because, of course, right now, corpses are our main source of income. Okay, there we go. Oh, hey, there's some that followed us.
Ow! It's just a cut, but I need it fixed.
Come on over here where we can reach you.
Ow!
Oh, I can hear that there's more than one, but I only see... Oh, there he is. Come on. Come on.
That was too easy.
But I need it fixed.
Oh, there we go. Okay, I was wondering where one was attacking us from.
Ah, but a scratch. Ah, but a scratch.
Come on.
No! It's just a cut.
We know you need it fixed.
Ah, but a scratch.
Someone help!
I mean, that is absolutely a potential interpretation. Maybe that's what they're turning people into instead of mice. There goes that one. Tuvok's already been knocked out.
Ow! Ow!
That's what we get for not wearing any armor.
That one hurts.
Come on,
Ow.
Tuvok. There we go. Just wanted to get that done so we can run back over here and...
Ow!
Their complaining is hilarious. Now, an alternate solution to fighting the dragonflies, which I have once or twice engaged in, is absolutely that you can lead them into town, and you can let them gang up on and potentially even kill the villagers. And as long as you're careful and don't actually engage in any of that
Someone
yourself, then, I mean, dead villagers are also full of cash. So, there's that. Alright, let's top everyone off again. Okay. Oh, and we'll make sure that our sorcerer has got his spell points back. Excellent. Oh man, this place is a crime scene. Ooh. You hear the sounds? I think some of the things that we aggroed actually found their way up here where they were at higher elevation. Maybe... maybe not. Okay, well that's fine. We'll keep our eyes out, and if we do find something lying around, then... Oh. Oh, there we go.
Ow!
Okay, so a few of them did aggro and this guard got involved. Oh, come on, you kill-stealing guy, you. Needless to say, yeah, you can see he's a lot stronger than we are at the moment. If the dragonflies mob him, then it is possible that they could actually take him down. I've seen it before. I've certainly never done it on purpose.
It barely hurts.
But it is difficult
but a
because
scratch.
he takes them out largely in like 1 or 2 shots.
Ah, but a scratch.
Ow!
We don't get experience for anything that he kills, so I'm trying my best to kind of beat him to it. But I also am not going to turn down his help considering that there's a big crowd, right?
Ow!
What that does mean is that we can't use our Wand of Fireball because he's a good guy. And so if we catch him in our Fireball, it may or may not kill him, but it will certainly make other people angry. It's also why I'm using the mouse to more carefully target rather than just mashing the A button to hit the closest creature, because we do not want him to be the closest creature. But this is something that's new in Might and Magic 7 as well. You may recall that in Might and Magic 6, they actually did not really have like different factions attacking one another. But in Might and Magic 7, as I think I mentioned during that playthrough, you do have that. So you see him out here attacking the dragonflies. And then leaving because I guess he's killed all the dragonflies he cares to right now. Which, I mean, fair enough. I don't want to kill dragonflies forever, so... I think that's mostly got them. There's obviously at least one more, because they can smell it. They can sense the threat. Oh, there you are. Hey! It came to us. And let's go back over here, and we will grab any like this one that we killed from before and have yet to pick up before we go on about our exploring. Oh, I'm straining. There we go. Okay. The fall damage is a little bit more... Ooh. A little bit more forgiving. Hey, hey. Look what you find when you just go wandering around. Isn't that great? Isn't that nice? Hey, it's not even trapped. It's just full of cash. Wonderful. A free bow.
Thanks. Come again.
Okay, now who has the lowest AC? I think it's still him. Yeah. Let's give that to Zoltan. Wow, for some reason that helmet... Is it just the helmet? He's got like a negative to his AC or something. Because it's not even counting the cloak unless he's wearing the helmet. That's wild. Okay, well we'll deal with that. Whatever. we'll get there as we go along. All right. Actually, you know, let's go ahead and level up because it's not going to hurt anything to do it, and we need to start putting some points in skills.
Training?
Also, you can see here, Arms Master, Bodybuilding. We can learn those here. We'll want to get those later.
That's the ticket. That's the ticket.
Yeah.
That's the
I like
ticket.
the idea of just leveling up at least once, you know, in the first video, making some visible progress. And Trajan, the instructor here, truly an inspiring column of a man. Alright, y'all know the drill here, right? 5 skill points per level. We can drop those into anything, and it costs a number of skill ranks equal to the rank that you're going to make the skill when you level it up in order to do so. So that means it costs 2 skill points to reach rank 2 in a skill, 3 skill points to reach rank 3, and so forth. So with 5 skill points, that means that we can raise any 2 skills for one of our characters to rank 2 and have a point left over that we can save for next level, or we can raise 1 skill to rank 3. What shall we do? You know you got to be rank 4 to get to expert, right? So with skills like bow, a lot of times I'll get those to like rank 5 just to kind of, because 5 is like an honorary even number. If they can't get expert rank, then, you know, I go to rank 5 and then kind of stop, at least for a while. But let's see. Man. Well, we definitely need to rank up her dodging and her unarmed. Staff as well. All of these. What do y'all think? I'm going to say that probably we should just go ahead and we need to start boosting dodging, because we need to get to Grandmaster in dodging before it will stack with the leather armor. So right now, leather armor is better because it's +4 armor flat. But for this, skill is added directly to armor class. We've got to get to rank 4 before it's even as good as crummy leather armor. And then, of course, we can immediately become an expert, which will double the effect, and it will jump up and be better than leather armor. So let's go ahead and put at least 1 in dodging, unless anybody has any strong objections. And she is a monk. Let's put 1 in unarmed, because it's not going to be better than a weapon, including her staff here, until we get to expert and her skill rank starts being added to her damage per punch and per kick. Same as with the dodging skill over here. Until you get to expert, it's mostly useless. There we go. Okay. Now, Tuvok. Let's see. He can only get to expert in leather anyway, so I want to get him there as quickly as possible. Similarly, he can only get to master with staff. He can't learn anything with bow. Fire and water magic, we want to rank those up quickly because we want to get to expert, because they're going to have upgrades to all of their spells when they reach those levels in skill. And you'll notice that some of these ranks are yellow rather than white or red. I will explain that later when it becomes relevant. Let's see. Magic is less important than survival right now. Even though he's a sorcerer, I'm going to say let's put at least one in leather, and let's try to put one in staff. And the reason why is we want to get staff to expert at rank 4 as quickly as possible, because see right there, skill added to armor class. So it makes you more accurate, but also you can use the staff to defend yourself. That's another reason why comboing staff and unarmed strike is really great for monks as well, since they're not going to be wearing a lot of armor until higher levels. So let's do leather and staff. There we go. Okay, our cleric here. She can't learn chain yet. We probably should put a rank in shield, almost definitely. Unlike with our sorcerer, we put a rank in his melee weapon, we may want to consider putting a rank in body magic with her, so that way her healing spell is a little bit better. You know? Definitely one in shield, I think, unless somebody hollers. And then we could do one in mace. I'm torn. Because, of course, more accuracy is more better. And right now, they're missing a lot. So that accuracy is important. Alright, let's do one in shield for sure. And let's go ahead and do one in mace. It's only level 2, but I don't want to dwell on it, and we do need that accuracy. Phoo-wee. Poor Zoltan with his complete lack of armor. Well, we definitely, since he can only get expert level in disarm trap, we want to rank up disarm trap as much as possible. So he does kind of look like a business casual Viking. And yeah, and I apologize, somebody else said that there was kind of like a spurt there where it seems to have dropped the feed. I think there was a Twitch network error maybe. So disarm trap, where should we put this last skill point for him? We could go ahead and put it in disarm trap again and rank it up to 3, but melee combat is important. This is only level 2. Let's go ahead and drop it in axe, I guess. Yeah, that's what we've done with everybody else. Okay, there we go. I don't want to dwell on it. Let's keep going. Alright, now, a little bit of time passage is going to... Okay, it looks like they've stayed the same. Sometimes, depending on the time, it's going to shake up who these NPCs are in town. We'll keep an eye out, and some of these folks we may want to consider taking with us. Ellen the Armorer, she can repair stuff, I think. Heather the Fool. See if there's anybody worthy of joining our amazing party. Quinn the Piper. There was a factor here earlier. Where did she go? Amber the Factor. There we go. Now see, she...
Greetings.
What does she do? A factor gives a 10% bonus to all gold found, and she takes 5% of all gold we find, so that's a net bonus of 5%. Chaplain. Some of these are slightly new. I'm going to go down here and talk to Hardy the Enchanter, because I can't remember what Hardy does. What do enchanters do? Whoa, that is a word wall. Increases protection from air, earth, fire, water, body, and mind by 20 constantly. Okay, so he gives you resistances, like plus 20 resistance to all of the most common, like, versions of like different damage types. Alright, let's check our map. There we go. Okay. So we still got quite a bit of island. Let's go up this way. You can hear there's a dragonfly somewhere. I don't see him. I think he's over here. Food. Swordsman. Brent Filliant.
Greetings.
Here we go. Hail and well met. I'm Brent Filliant, a contestant in Lord Markham's scavenger hunt. And of course, he's got various stuff to say. Blue potions. Oh, I know how to make a blue potion, but not red ones. Just about any blue herb will do. Just mix it with an empty bottle and voila! Instant blue potion. I guess that making a red potion is similar, but I'm not sure. And they say mixing potions improperly can have really bad effects. Honestly, you might make fun, but I mean, that's legit, right? Like, you know that improperly mixing potions causes them to explode, so I wouldn't be confident either. The toughest band of contestants have apparently hid out in the Temple of the Moon. I think they might be wanting to ambush any group that tries to go there. Yep. So we have some other people who are cheating. We're not the only ones. Ah, but he appears to have found a hat. Maybe we can trade him a red potion, since he doesn't know how to make them. Hello there. I suppose you're part of the contest. Well, good to hear. We were wondering if you would want to trade a red potion, assuming you have one, for a hat. We could help each other along a little. What do you say? Shall we give him a red potion in exchange for a wealthy hat? A hat with a professional investment portfolio? A hat with money? A hat with status? No. The cheating part is the Wand of Fireball, which, loosely speaking, it's not against the rules to have that, but at the same time, like, we were definitely given a powerful item by an outside agent with a vested interest in, like, seeing a specific group reach the end of the contest and be indebted to them, so, like, that's pretty shady. But no, there's no rules about this. So we're not cheating by trading them a potion for a hat if y'all want to do that. Shall we? Or shall we keep the potion and find a hat on our own? Yeah, exactly. The competition, quote unquote. Because, I mean, we found a seashell on our own, right? We've got plenty of red potions, though. It seems like a pretty good trade. Brent Filliant. When I see his name, I know there's no relation whatsoever. There's no connection between them, but I keep thinking of Nathan Fillion. Alright. There we go. Ah, that is a nifty hat. Wonderful. Here's the hat, and I'll take the potion. Thanks so much. Now we're almost finished with our list. Ta-da! This hat appears to belong to a more affluent member of society. The feather is genuine, and the construction is solid. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to fit any of us. What does that mean? The feather is genuine. What even would a fake feather be? Like, what is that? There we go. Day of the Gods for free. It's great. Oh. So, here's a fun thing. You might recognize this poorly rendered cylinder as a cannon. It doesn't really do anything, but it's just fun to shoot cannons, so, you know. Alright. There's the little waterfall back down into town. There is the Temple of the Moon, actually. Looks like a sewer. Who are you? Sally. She was mentioned before, remember? See, hi there, I'm Sally. I don't usually see people this far from town. Are you lost? What, over the hill? I love being out on this side of the island. The view of the ocean is much better than from town, don't you agree? And I have some nice seashells for sale, shells that you can only find on Emerald Island. Can I sell one to you? They're only 100 gold pieces each. No thanks, Sally. We have one. Fire resistance? Ooh, I wonder what could be in this giant, not at all ominously shaped cave. Certainly not something that was, you know, in the intro cinematic. Hello, my name is Donna, and I live here with my daughter, Sally. I recall a few strangers poking around the entrance to the Dragon's Cave recently. I didn't notice if they went inside, but I haven't seen them around since. They must have realized how dangerous that place is and headed back to town. Surely that's what happened. Surely. The cave right behind my house is not the abandoned temple. It belongs to Morkarak the Pitiless, the dragon of Emerald Island. He doesn't appreciate visitors, so I wouldn't advise going there. The abandoned temple is buried in the hills south of my house. You can get to it by entering the caves at the top of the hill. She is very helpful. Thank you, Donna. First, though, go pick up this herb. And we gotta check the coastline here for any additional... Ah, see? Look at that. More herbs. Ah, but there's what we're really looking for, right? Because people just, for some reason, love to leave treasure chests out along the coast. Oh. Oh, that's the same one we got earlier. Oh. Dang. Wow. Actually, you know what? We've all got bows now. Let's not waste any more fireballs. We've got Day of the Gods on and everything. Yeah, see, look. They respawned because we trained and, you know, we were in the gym for a week.
Oh, please.
Yeah, now that she has a bow in her hand, she feels a lot more confident.
Ow. Ow.
These fire dragonflies are still nothing to sneeze at.
That barely hurts.
Oh, please.
But see, look, that is so much easier, right? Come on. Oh, did you see that? Ooh, a dragonfly just got Sabrina the Alchemist. Oh no. Oh no, Sabrina. Oh no. Well, more cash and experience points for us. I'm definitely not mad that they respawn, but I feel bad for Sabrina. Let's see, I don't see any more. Oh, there's one. There we go. Let's see, what was that one doing way over there? Like, why was it there? Oh, he got it. Well, that's good. Oh, there were two of them. Oh, wow. Rest in peace, Sabrina. We will remember you as you were, a non-entity. I don't think that these crates will have respawned, but yeah, I didn't think so. But it never hurts to try, right? So, now we have discovered almost all of Emerald Isle. Emerald Island, I should say. I keep calling it Emerald Isle for a variety of irrelevant reasons. Let's head back over here. Let's take a sip at the fountains. And then... Whew. 2, 3, 4. Oh man, he's got so many more hit points than he did a moment ago with that spell on him. They all do. But the ranger and the monk, of course, they've got the most. Let's go right around here and explore this last little bit, because you never know where somebody might have left a treasure chest sitting on the coastline, right? I don't know why they love to do that. Okay, looks like we got them all. Well, go. Aha! The Game of Endurance. This is another new form of like pedestal or interactive object. If your stat is high enough, you can like play these games and win them, and you will get skill points. See, you've already won. With the Day of the Gods pedestal on, you can cheat. So this one is here because it's effectively, if you find that other pedestal, you get 3 free skill points. Check that out. Well, we can dump those in anything, or we can use them to, let's see, get one of these up to rank 3, maybe? How about we rank up some of these level 1 skills, though? Yeah, see, he didn't get to level up his magic skills last time. How about we drop these in fire and water magic for Tuvok? Sound good? And then, let's see, we can put those in body magic and merchant for Suroma. Bow and perception for Zoltan. And she can put hers in staff and leather. Sound good? We'll start with Zoltan and go back across, I think, if there are no protests. Let's go ahead and... There we go. These freebies are nice. You can only play each game one time, but they are scattered all over the world, so if you find them, usually way up on mountaintops and hills, then they're definitely worth it to seek them out. Okay. Let's go turn in this hat.
His Grace, Lord Markham, Duke of the Western Lowlands.
I see you found a wealthy hat. I shall mark this off your list accordingly. Good work. Okay. So let's see. That leaves us with a longbow, a floor tile, a musical instrument. Now, technically, we have some longbows, but... like, you see, they're crude bows. They're not good enough. They don't actually count. It has to be an actual longbow. So we'll have to find one of those somewhere. Let's see. We're not quite ready for another level yet, but we're getting close. Do we have anything else we need to sell? No? Alright, well then, that being the case... you know what I think, folks? Got a decent amount of money. Let's pop in here really quickly.
Need some training?
And we want to get Arms Master and Bodybuilding for her. We'll think about that for Zoltan. But for the main thing right now, she needs Arms Master. We won't get too many skills at once. Bodybuilding and stuff will be available later as well. But she's going to need it the most, and we need to go ahead and start stacking that up. So, that's a good expenditure of our cash for now. And then, let's head over here. And they told us, and as I told you, that this like sewer-looking cave entrance here, for some reason, is the Temple of the Moon. I don't know why. There you go. Foreboding, right? Yeah. Why is it in this cave entrance? Why was it allowed to degrade to this point? Who knows? But the dripping of water and a strange, unidentifiable squeaking are the only noises that seem to come from the entrance to this cave. Not ominous at all. And since we've got a dungeon in front of us, I think that that's where we're going to leave it for this episode. So, I really want to thank you for being here. I'm so glad that you joined me for this new game. Might and Magic 7, as I said before, is a game I've played many times. I love it even more dearly than Might and Magic 6. So I'm really happy to be able to share it with you for the first time in this new way, in the same way as I was with Might and Magic 6, and I really hope that you will enjoy it just as much as I already am and as I know I'm going to continue to do. So hopefully that means that I'll see you back here for the next episode. Next Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as always. That is Miami and New York time here in the U.S. And please do follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Pillow Fort, here on Twitch if you're not already subscribed. And you can also follow me over on YouTube and give me a like and turn on notifications over there when I upload this video there tomorrow. And I'll see you next time. As always, thanks for playing.